Hey, recently had a chance to try out my motors on the torso of my quad. You can see here that they're working really well. A couple of things that I've noticed in doing this, I was worried that they wouldn't be powerful enough to actually drive the torso, but I was able to try that too. And you can see here that they're plenty powerful. Um, they're moving the torso really well, and they're actually not even they're not operating at full power right here. Um, One of the things you'll notice is that they stick out pretty far. I don't think that's too big of a deal, but I think it would be cool if I could try to get those farther into the torso a little bit. So I found these smaller motors. These are 5208s. I think that they are definitely lower power, but I think there'll be plenty, especially since I'm going to try to gear them down a little bit. You probably between 1.5 and a 2x gear ratio. And what I'd like to do is just take a minute to show you how I plan to shoehorn those into my my drive box. Here it is. Here we are in Blender, and you can see that I've got my supports here that support the drive shafts. Those actually actuate the control lines. Then attached to those, I've got these motor mounts. You can see if I look from the top that I got 4 of them, even though there's only 2 motors in this illustration. There's 4. Oops. There's 4 motor mounts that would let me to do get 4 motors in here. But here are the motors. This is where the 5208s are going to go. Here is these blue contraptions here are my timing belt drive, and then I'm going to be able to have a belt tensioner there. I'm not sure if that's going to be able to sit there on its own, or I might have to support it with a cover. But we'll see how that goes. And if I come put the segments in, this just to show you where they go, you can see that there's a set of segments up and there's a set of segments down. This area represents the lumbar of the torso, and this part here represents the rib cage area. I don't have any ribs in here, but you can see where they go. And then these two of these shafts would control one segment, and the other 2 shafts would drive the 2 axis of the other set of segments. And hopefully then I'll be able to get rid of these guys in the back. If they don't quite have enough power, I'll probably just leave these on here. But I think once I gear them down to 1.5 or 2, I think they'll have plenty of power to move the whole torso, and I'll be happy with that. Those will be almost gone with the smaller motors.